I'd like to give a special welcome to any newcomers today, anyone who's here for the first time. We have a special welcome goodie bag out at the concierge table after service if you'd like to get one, or if you need to leave before that, which is totally okay. There are some back there in the foyer. There are many ways to connect to our center. We have an awesome Facebook page. We have a website, cslsj.org. We have a whole bunch of classes coming up, I think starting the week of the 15th, which are going to be awesome. You can come talk to me or any of us. You can call. We actually answer the phone, so that's nice. Live streamers, your moderator for today is Max Overland. Any questions, you can just type them in and he'll answer you quickly. And I think that's it. Let's celebrate being here together this morning and give your neighbors a hello. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Lynn, and I'm your practitioner of the day. And now we're going to go into our little bit of sacred time. And so we will have a chant, and then 2 minutes of meditation. I will do a prayer, and then if you can all join me in the September affirmation.
God is magnificent. God is light. God is love. God is real. God is magnificent. God is light. God is love. God is real. God is magnificent. God is light. God is love.
And know with me that there truly is only one loving presence, one power, divine essence in this universe. That is God. God is love. God is all there is. And I truly know that I am connected to this God in every spot of my being. And that is the same for all of us. We are all truly connected at all times. God's Spirit, God's thoughts flow through us, guide us, direct us, and lead us in our perfect path through life. And I know that this beautiful day, this beautiful abundance flows into our lives. I look at the leaves, the trees, the flowers, and know there is abundance everywhere. And this abundance in all facets of our life. We need just open our eyes and be present to the presence of God, and the abundance flows to us. I am so grateful for this Sunday, for this center, for the abundance of people that support and love each of us. And I am so grateful. And I let this go, knowing that it is a law, it is so, and so it is. And if And if you'll join me in reading the affirmation. I accept complete happiness, abundant health, and increasing prosperity. I have confidence in myself because I have confidence in God. I am sure of myself because I am sure of God.
When you can't find your direction, let your heart will guide you home.
Let go and let God.
When your dreams are broken in the dust and you've lost your will to trust.
Let go and let God.
Let the signs quiet.
Let the signs remind you. We are passengers. Let the signs remind you to Let go
And let God.
and let God.
Let go.
Let go.
Let God. It fades to die in fire, and there's no spark to feed the flame.
Let go.
Let it go.
Let God.
Let God. When your courage fails you and the well of hope runs dry.
Let go.
Oh, let it go.
Let God.
And let the signs say,
Let the signs remind you. Signs remind you to Let go. Let go.
Come on, let us all sing. Let us sing. One more time. Nam yo renge kyo.
Blessings. Good morning, Center for Spiritual Living San Jose. My name is Mati Nogay, and I'm going to do the 5-minute talk here. Hello, live streamers. Blessings to you. So I was invited to speak by Reverend Susan. Thank you so much. What a blessing. And the topic, planning for your success, is of interest to me. And when I thought about the topic, I thought, well, how does that happen for me? What process do I use, or what considerations do I have around that? And the only thing I could really come up with, well, not the only thing, but the best thing I could come up with were these 3 ideas or principles that I live my life by, really, which are faith, grace, and mercy. And so I come from a praying, singing family. I come from a strong Southern Baptist family. I have generations and generations and generations and generations of reverends in the Mississippi and Arkansas area. And I'm very, very proud of that. And I'm beholding to that. And that lineage has been part of my planning process, my planning for success process. It wouldn't be right, I would say, to not have that praying, singing piece of my 5-minute talk. And so I'm just going to go right into what I behold. And there's a CD by the Mississippi Mass Choir that I listen to every morning on my way to work because it blesses me and it gives me foundation. So I'm going to try and do honor to the song. I have a little bit of a cold. I don't proclaim myself as a singer, but I do sing. So I'm going to do my best here. And the song is about grace and mercy. Okay. Your grace and mercy brought me through. I'm living this moment because of you. I want to thank you and praise you too. Your grace and mercy brought me through. Thank you for saving a lost one like me, to tell the world that I am so free. There were times when I didn't know any better, but you watched over me both night and day. Your grace and mercy brought me through. I'm living this moment because of you. I want to thank you and praise you too, 'cause your grace and mercy, your grace and mercy, your grace and mercy brought me through. Blessings.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm totally in love with the early service. It's like this is whenever I'm here this early in the morning, even with you online, I have the experience of being with family, which has its blessings and its curses. The curses are I never really know what's going to happen. Second service is a little more predictable, but first service I never really know what's going to happen, and it really moves me. Good morning, everybody. I'm David Bruner. I'm the senior minister here at the center, and I'm mystified beautifully by how quickly the sanctuary was reassembled. Because last night I was here till about 11 o'clock, and there was still a dance floor in here. So I don't know if these people slept, but I'm grateful for them reassembling this for us. I usually have a little box over there that's got markers and Post-its and tape and moisturizer, and it seems to have been missing. Does anybody have any Mercy? Do you have any hand cream, anybody? May? I feel like, what's that? You saw my lunchbox? It's a lunchbox, so of course they put it in the kitchen. Because that makes sense. No, bring that one too. Thank you. See, this is like family, isn't it? You guys don't mind if I do this? Oh, it's girly scented too. Excellent. So I think we raised about $1 trillion last night. Would you? Sorry. Apparently it's not so girly after all. Oh, that's lovely. I feel so much better. Nothing like grooming in public. So I don't really think we raised $1 trillion, but if we did, we will help fix the U.S. deficit. But what I do know is we raised many thousands of dollars, including there was a commitment by a handful of folks to donate the $5,000 necessary for new high-definition video cameras for this room. So that's very exciting for not only you who are watching online right now, but for folks who will use these video archives so they can get church on demand, pretty much, like it's like church the way Netflix does it, on demand. So that's part of our long-term vision. It really moves me. I'm really moved when a community that exists for transformation, like this one, that's what we exist for. We exist for transformation. When a community that exists for transformation is actually in transformation, it's inspiring. And we are transforming our concierge team. The concierge team is the group of folks who volunteer to be the first face point for the center and for people who are looking to be served by the offerings that the center has, or to serve through those offerings. And our concierge is a bit of an elite team. We're looking for folks who are typically cheerful and approachable and knowledgeable about the center, or at least willing to be knowledgeable about the center. And they have a demeanor such that new folks can approach them and ask questions. So it is an elite team, and if you are called to serve on that team, please see Reverend Susan after service, because she's looking to increase her volunteer base there at the concierge team. So our topic today is planning your success. And that's really what the concierge is doing. They're up to helping us plan the success of the center. But I'm thinking today, planning your success. I'm interested in planning mine. I imagine you are too. And I wonder, what are the elements necessary to plan and execute one's success? When I have a question like this, the first thing that I want to do is go to a project manager and ask them, what is it that you do to plan the success of whatever projects that you do? See, I'm personally not a project manager, but I'm blessed to be around several of them who help me and other teams here at the center achieve what we want to accomplish. But planning your success. If I took the advice of a project manager, which I got this week, he gave me 6 key elements, just key basic elements to planning one's success. The first thing to know when you are starting on a project management, when you're starting on a project, the first thing to know is what is it you want to do? So I know that folks like me come into places like this because we're hungry for something, but I wonder if we actually are able to articulate what it is for which we're hungry. What is it I really want? Sometimes we don't even know what we want. We just feel compelled to come to a place like this because what we want is maybe relief or freedom from whatever it is that's not working, or what's causing us to feel hostage, held hostage by a world that's not working, or hungry to experience perhaps a little more peace or vitality or financial freedom or a sense of belonging or a deeper and broader sense of kindness. Or maybe we want to manage a diagnosis, or perhaps we're looking to balance our checkbook, or maybe we're looking to not be so afraid. But what is it that you want to accomplish? According to a project manager, this is vital. You need to know what it is you want to do. And they call that the discovery stage. Be in discovery. So our theme for the month is sowing seeds of abundance. And abundance in a community like this typically means money. But we're looking for abundance in communication. I'm looking for abundance in the experience of connection. I'm looking for abundance in the expression of kindness and generosity and grace and mercy. I'm looking for an abundance of possibility and new ideas and a world that works for everyone. And discovery is vital. So, I'm going to ask you to play along with me and declare for yourself what it is that you want to get before you leave here today. Like if you could have anything happen as a direct result of being in this room, you could have anything happen. Like win the lottery, heal your relationship, watch your kid graduate from university. If you could have anything happen, what would it be? Now, you are free to change your mind the minute you get out of here. But I know for a lot of folks, we have a hard time declaring that because we don't want to declare the wrong thing, or we really want to think about this, or we want to make sure we have all the information necessary. And then what happens is a lot of us live our lives in paralysis because we never really made a declaration. And in spiritual communities, they almost all have this one thing in common. And that is that you and I, as expressions of the thing itself, declare into being our experience. You declare it. But most of us are not declaring because we're waiting. But we're declaring what we don't want. And then we get a lot of what we don't want and wonder what's happening or why God has abandoned us. Do you guys get how this could be a little crazy making? So, what is one thing you want to get, be, do, or have, if you could have anything happen? What would that be? Turn and tell somebody next to you. So I just taking a field sample. What kind of things have we heard? Healing, relationships, clarity, peace, family, success, health, organization, a new job. Financial independence, enlightenment, travel, faith, and a lot of things that have not yet been said. So let's pretend that you have the discovery stage. Now that's what you want to do. Now a project manager would tell you that what your next step is to identify your stakeholders. And what I want to talk with you about today in the few minutes that I have with you is I want to talk to you about three main things. One of them is identifying your stakeholders, because a lot of us think we can do it on our own, but we cannot. In fact, we really need to find out who the stakeholders are. And then secondly, create your teams. And then thirdly, manage your risks and contingencies. Now I'm going to go over those a couple times. So if you have already forgotten what I just said, you're normal. Now there are two steps that happen after all this, but you can pretty much figure them out, so I'm just going to say them once. It's this. If you have a goal, reach it. And the last thing is have a closure and celebration. So those three things that I want to look at with you today are identify your stakeholders, create your teams, and manage your risks and contingencies. Now, some people might say right up front, what does this have to do with spirituality? Everything. Spirituality is not reserved just for Sunday morning when we get to drop into a place like this or get online or maybe go to the beach with our iPod and listen to Zamfir and his magic flutes. Our spirituality shows up in a life of workability and in the way that we move through the world and how we make an impact on other people. And for most people who are drawn to a community like this, peace or a world of peacefulness is way high on your list. And a world of peacefulness starts one person at a time, basically beginning with you. And while you continue to be unpeaceful or unrequited or scattered, your world continues to be unpeaceful, unrequired, and unscattered. And it's important for me to give this back to you. Thank you very much. So it has everything to do with spirituality. A workable life has everything to do with spirituality. So it's important for me to remember also that in the presence of a workable life or in the process of workable life, workability emerging, there are breakdowns. And breakdowns are actually a sure sign that something's about to be invented. Something that would not be invented without the breakdown. But because you and I are the thing itself in form, we are the thing itself in form. When something's not working, there actually is an opportunity for a new workability to be invented that would not be invented in the absence of the problem. But the problem with the problem can be that we start believing the problem such that we think the problem is insurmountable. And then the problem becomes our God. And then we surrender to the problem. And then we give up. But the problem actually is an opportunity to invent a new possibility. Especially when the problems emerge between friends or family members or people. But then again, most problems are between people, aren't they? So I have learned in marriage counseling that when I want to work with a couple and they're having difficulty, usually they're standing this way with a problem in between them. This is the problem. But success doesn't happen this way because each one of us is seeing something different. Like, can you imagine if I had a coffee mug right now and the coffee mug had a handle on it and the handle would be facing that person there? I would ask that person to describe what I'm holding. They would say, you're holding a glass ceramic mug with a handle. And this person on this side would say, there's no handle. Yes, there is a handle. No, there isn't a handle. Yes, there is. No, there isn't a handle. So we each have different points of view. Now, if we are both on the same side of the problem, looking at the problem together, solution tends to emerge. Now, I'm not talking just about intimate relationships. Relationships with your teams and with your coworkers and with your neighbors and with your governments, too, is what we can be up to. So while we're planning our success, let's look at identify your stakeholders, create your teams, and manage your risks. So identify your stakeholders. You know, who are the stakeholders in your life? Who are they? Typically, they're your spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, your kids, your parents, your grandparents, your grandkids. But they're also your neighbors. They are your supermarket checkers. They are your baristas. They are your street sweepers. They are folks that you'll meet in the parking lot here. They are the people you see on the news, the stakeholders. And don't think that you can don't think that you can accomplish what it is you want to accomplish without taking into consideration your stakeholders. So, for example, if one of my goals is, or my project is, that I want to start on a fitness program, someone might say, well, do you have the support of your stakeholders? Like, what does Mauricio think? And if Mauricio is not in support of it, then we might have a problem, because we're going to get into perhaps an argument or not. Well, in the old world, what would happen is you get into an argument until one of you dies and one of you wins. But in the spiritual realm, this is where we take it down to the spiritual nitty-gritty. There is a solution in which both people win. That's called negotiation. Learn to negotiate. Somehow we have it in our minds that we must compromise. I don't believe in compromise, but I do believe in negotiation. So you can negotiate and keep in mind your stakeholders. The second element is creating your teams. These are where you ask, once you know who will be impacted or involved, ask who's going to work with me on this. Now, I find it almost alarming that we have become a society that thinks we can do everything on our own. If you really want to experience prosperity, begin practicing saying yes, which is going to cause you to be really, really uncomfortable at Safeway or Lucky or Stater Brothers or Piggly Wiggly. Because almost always, without fail, those cute little box boy, box girls, they're about 16 years old, and you're coming through with your gallon of soy milk. That's all you got. Do you want a bag? No, because I don't want to pay 10 cents and I forgot my bag in the car. Do you want to help out to your car? If you really want to experience prosperity, say to them, yes. Thank you. It's going to be really awkward while this little 16-year-old's carrying your gallon of soy milk out to the car with you. But honestly, if they say to you, do you want help with this? Say yes. A world that works for everyone is a world in which not only you receive help, but let's keep in mind, friends, we're giving people an opportunity to make a contribution. Let people make a contribution to your life. Let them make a contribution to your life. It's one of the most amazing things. I have been so misty-eyed, tearful in the last 8 days since I have landed back here in Santa Clara County. Not only because it takes me exactly 4.3 minutes to get here to the office, which is astonishing. It's stunning. But also to be aware of how much hotter it is here. I forgot how hot it is here compared to Oakland. It's different when I start out and it's like 60 degrees in my car in Oakland, and the climate just sort of stays there while I pierce the warm veil of Silicon Valley. But to get in my car and it's already 80 degrees, that's surprising. But I totally digressed. Community, misty-eyed. How many folks are present to help when you let them? Let them. It was the night before last. So we bought this amazing townhouse. It's fantastic. It's gorgeous. And we were in a 600 square foot condo and a 300 square foot studio, and we sold our house in Tahoe. So we took all three and put everything here downtown San Jose. So we don't have the storage space for all of this stuff yet, and Mao and I are both obsessive compulsive without the disorder. So we're OC. We're OC without the D. And so what we need is storage space. So we went to IKEA, because when you're looking for storage solutions, that's where you go. But we went, because Mauricio is a project manager, we went with several pages of lists, which meant that we were actually at IKEA for 7 hours and 45 minutes. And we bought $6,000 worth of cabinetry, and I'm not making this up. So I was driving a 24-foot U-Haul, which is kind of fun. Can you just see it bouncing along 101? And so Mauricio was in the passenger seat, and we had the back end filled. And I said to Mao, it's like 8:30 at night. I said, you and I are going to unload all of this with one little hand truck? He goes, no, give me your phone. So I give him my phone, and he signs onto Facebook, and he writes, we're in a U-Haul headed back to downtown San Jose. Anybody want to help us unload this truck? And all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. People just started arriving in front of our new home. And what would have been a burden became so beautiful. This is where I got misty-eyed. And Mao said, this is why we moved back, because of community. So what could have been a chore was a delightful evening, and then we all stumbled over to Pizza My Heart and crammed all of ourselves into the tiniest booth we could find while we were fighting over who could have the ranch dressing or who was going to have the blue cheese. Building your community. Create community. These are your teams, the people who help you. So I've discovered at my age I can't rely on my own wisdom in a gym because I'm lazy. And I will do the same things because that's what I've seen other people do, and I want to look good. But the truth is, it doesn't work. So I joined this place called Brick House Fitness, which is CrossFit. Have you guys ever heard of CrossFit? Well, you haven't. You should have warned me. Because I really didn't know what it was, but it was close to my house, so I signed up, and wow. Wow, so the trainer, his name is George, and George is helping me out. And the way that it works is I will join group exercise regimes. It's funny, regime, it almost sounds like a military regime. I will be joining these groups after I have 8 private sessions with George when he prepares me to join the group. And I thought, what's it going to take? Well, now I know. Oh my God. What starts with, he stands me in this room, and there's all these people working out, by the way, and he says, take off your shirt. And I thought, no. It's too public. He says, take off your shirt. And then he puts an X here with a marker, an X here, and an X here, and an X here, and one here, and one here, and one here, because he's going to measure my body fat. Now, if you really want to experience trusting God, take off your shirt in a public room and let someone draw on you with a marker to then bring these plastic pinchers where he's going to measure you and then call out loud the numbers for someone else to write down. Are any of you uncomfortable right now? Yeah. And then so they do it not once and they do it not twice, but they do it 3 times to get the closest measurement. Now, I'm telling you, I have no idea why I'm telling you this. I'm actually sweating while I'm thinking about this. Because I'm planning my success. Because I have a goal. And I want to meet my goal. And I've watched George and the people he works with, and they're meeting their goals. And I can't pretend that I know what to do, because knowing what to do is what got me like I am. Which, by the way, I'm very happy with it, but it's still not the way I want to be. So I'm creating my teams according to project management, and George is on my team. And then George says to me, good. He said, good, old man, good old man. And I thought, this is going to work because I can smack you. Good, old man. He said, now, are you willing to do what we agree that you will do? And I said, yes. And he said, okay, here's the first agreement. Those shoes, you must never let me see you wear them ever again. I said, why? He said, my grandfather has shoes like that, and they don't belong here. I went, all right, so he's giving me fashion advice, too. So he sent me to a place called Roadrunner Shoes. Do you guys know about Roadrunner Shoes? It's on Hamilton in Campbell. And I went there to pick up the specific shoes that he told me to get, but they didn't have the size that I wanted to try on. And then the most remarkable thing happened in this store called Roadrunner. The guy says, we don't have them, but Sports Basement across the street down at Prune Ridge, they will have your size in many different colors. And I thought, is this for real? Is he actually sending me to a competitor? Which made me totally fall in love with that store. I'm going to do whatever I can to see that that store stays alive, because now Roadrunner is part of my team. And then I went off to Sports Basement, where they helped me with other fashion advice, and so I'm going to look really good. I don't know if I'm going to work, but I'm going to look really good. And now I've got my teams there. I'm telling you all of this because you're creating your teams. And you're no longer a stranger walking into a store. These are your team members. They're helping you to succeed at the thing about which you're planning. There's some other things going on here that you may want to use as your team. There's a class that will soon start called Building a Healing Consciousness with Reverend Tony. If you're looking to build a healing consciousness, make that part of your team. Join that class. Or a Power of Decision class with Reverend Megan. If you want to experience the power of a decision, then join that class with Reverend Megan. On Wednesday night, we have satsang, which is enlightened community. We'll sit together in silence for half an hour. It's open to everybody on Wednesday from 6:30 to 7:30, and I'm facilitating that. We can all be part of your team. And Mauricio said I invite you also today, if any of you want to come help us assemble IKEA cabinetry. And I'm not kidding, I'm serious. If you're interested, from 3:30 to 8 o'clock, come to my house. I'm at 144 South 3rd Street. By the way, I've learned this about San Jose. I can't hide. So I live at 144 South 3rd Street. And my mobile number is area code 408. Nobody's writing this down. 408-505-9656. 408-505-9656. Now, if you use that number, use it to tell me you're coming over to help me build IKEA, or that your hair's on fire. If your hair's not on fire, you're not going to be building IKEA with me, then use the church number. Deal? Deal. So, that's creating your teams. Create your teams. Third, it's called manage risks and contingencies, because not everything's going to go to plan. Do you guys know this? Not everything will go to plan. In project management, they actually plan that not everything will go to plan. And then they manage your contingencies and risks. And here's how you manage them in spirituality. You'll ask yourself, when I get stressed, how do I manage my stress? Or when I have breakdowns, how do I keep from hurting people when I have a breakdown? Or when when I'm feeling uncomfortable or sad or scared, how do I soothe myself? And when you know how it is that you do that, then you make that part of your list. For example, if I'm feeling stressed, I may go running around the block, or I may go for a bike ride, or I may sit and meditate, or I may allow myself Reverend Susan allows herself one little square of chocolate. And then make that part of your list. When things go wrong, and they will, I meditate. When things go wrong, and they will, I'll have a piece of chocolate. Or the example that I got was, let's say your goal is to be peaceful all the time. My goal is to be peaceful all the time. Well, that's pretty unreachable. But your goal is to be peaceful. So when you're not peaceful, how will you resolve that? I meditate. My goal is to be peaceful all the time, but when I'm not peaceful, how will I resolve that? I go for a bike ride. My goal is to be peaceful all the time, but when I'm not peaceful, how will I resolve that? I get together with my friends. Have a contingency plan. If your goal is to be peaceful and you're not, there's something you can do. I read this in the Bible. You can help a minister assemble IKEA cabinetry. Or the like. All right, I have nothing else to say except I'm really grateful to be here with you. It's so beautiful to be in community and to experience planning your success. Don't let your success be an accident. Be on purpose. That is the most amazing way of experiencing this thing that I learned in ministerial school. And I'm going to close with this. Trained thought is more powerful than untrained thought. Let's pray. There is only one power. There's not two powers like good and bad. There's not 4 or 7 or 12 or 20 or a billion or 6 billion powers. There's only one. And that power is God. And that power that is God is our life. There's nothing else for us to be, and we couldn't be anything else if we tried. And because there's only one power, there's no power opposed to my word. My word is the thing itself in declaration. And so what I'm doing right now in this prayer is I'm speaking my word. Where there is brokenheartedness, may it right now be replaced with hopefulness. And where there is scarcity, may it be replaced with abundance and possibility. And where there is unworkability, may it be replaced with ideas and possibility and openness. And where we are feeling powerless, may it right now be replaced with powerfulness and intention. Where there is sickness, may it be replaced with vitality and vibrancy. And I know there's nothing that would oppose this. And so those things that I've just spoken are now the thing for which I take a stand. I declare them into being for my life, for your lives, and for the lives of the people that matter to us. If there's anybody in your mind or in your heart right now that is experiencing suffering or a degree less than perfection, call their name to mind and apply them to this prayer right now. And it is done. And it is so. And so it is. So we're going to now move into the sharing of our gifts and tithes and offerings, and then the choir is going to sing a song, and then we're going to move on with our day. Before I call forth the ushers, I wanted to ask you, so who are the 49ers playing today? Dallas? They're in Dallas? Are there any other teams playing today that are your teams?
Raiders.
The Raiders? Where are they playing?
Jets right now.
Right now? They're playing right now, and you're here. That's awesome. So, any of you ever hear of the legendary coach Vince Lombardi? Well, Vince Lombardi of the Green Bay Packers, he was having a rough game once. His team was fumbling and stumbling and losing, and he wasn't very happy about it. And he had this awareness that he needed to get back to basics. And so he went into the locker room in between innings. Between what? Quarters, in between quarters. And he said, oh, and by the way, we have Comcast, so if you want to watch the games while you're helping me put together IKEA, that's cool. He came in and he carried a football. He said, let's get back to basics. Team, this is a football. And one of the jokesters on the team said, Coach, could you slow down a little bit? But it occurred to me when I heard that story that sometimes we need to get back to basics here too. What we're about to experience is called the sharing of our gifts and tithes and offerings. And we come from many different backgrounds and many faith traditions. So we have maybe a lot of beliefs and maybe even some superstitions about what's about to happen. But basically, here's what exists here in this community. A basket will pass in front of you because that's the tradition that we love. And it's an opportunity for you to participate in being generous and in circulation. And it's also an opportunity for you to forego an experience of guilt if you're not able to participate. So this is a multi-layered opportunity for spiritual practice. Now, when the basket passes in front of you, if you are called and able, then give generously because your gifts help keep the center thriving. There's something you may not know, and that is it's usually bad form to make change from the basket. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But I promise you, if you reach your hand in there, people are going to watch. So you may want to not do that. But please join me as we give as generously as we can, and we bless that money that passes in front of us. Please say our giving affirmation with me. I love to share my love, and I love to receive the love shared with me. I receive the good that is intended for me with ease and grace. My love touches everyone and everything.
One day,
listen, just listen.
Listen, you'll hear.
Yeah, say it again, it's already with you.
It's already with you.
Yeah, just listen.
You'll hear.
It's already chickaboo.
Already with you.
Yeah, chickaboo. Just listen, you'll hear.
You'll hear.
Yeah, just like last night when we were doing the electric slide, it's already with you. If you weren't here, listen, yeah. Just
Listen, you'll hear.
say it again one more time. It's closer. It's already breathing. Yeah, the message, the blessing's right here. This is your part. Come on, say. Oh, yes, I know that I can make it. Let me hear you.
Oh, yes, I know that I can make it.
Just like that woman right here.
Oh, yes, I know that I can
Check
make
it out. Who we
it.
are, right? Feel the Holy Spirit. Come on, say, say.
Oh, yes, I know that I can make it. Oh, yes, I know that I can make it. Oh, yes, I know that I can make it. I can feel the Holy Spirit in me.
Bring it down, drop down, let me hear.
Oh, yes, I know that I can make it. Oh, yes, I know that I can make it. Oh, yes, I know that I can make it. I can feel the Holy Spirit in me. Oh, yes, I know that I can make it. Oh, yes, I know that I can make it. Oh, yes, I know that I can make it. I can feel the Holy Spirit in me.
I was thinking about the Spirit one day.
Thank you. That is our Global Heart Choir, which you may or may not have noticed has now moved to the first Sunday of the month. So we're a little light this Sunday because people are getting used to the shift. And by the way, if you would like to take part in the Global Heart Choir, if you sing, yeah. I'm looking at you. I'm looking right in your mouth. Then please talk to Michelle after service because she can tell you how to be part of the choir that we would love to have you. Today, so hi, by the way. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Susan Overland. I'm your assistant minister. I'm also your in-person Siri to tell you what's coming up this week. We have a workshop, a very special workshop today that's going to begin at 2 o'clock. That's being hosted by Tarsha Publishing. They do in fact, a great deal of the Science of Mind books. But there are 4 authors who are coming here today. It's kind of a workshop, book signing. Donna Eden, David Feinstein, Howard Falco, and our very own Dr. Edward Filyoun, who's going to finish service in Santa Rosa and then drive down here to San Jose to be with us. Dr. David already told you about satsang on Wednesday night at 6:30. The time has changed. It's 6:30. So please join us to be in the silence, and we have some chai tea and to share together. It's beautiful. Better Business Breakfast is the 9th. That's this Tuesday, huh? I can't get over that it's September. Is anybody else like going, what? Wait, what happened? So this Tuesday, the 9th, our Better Business Breakfast facilitated by Ken Rowell. The topic this week is the power of balance. It's from 7 to 8:30 a.m. and breakfast is provided for you. The Forgiveness Drop-In coaching is Wednesday night with Dr. David at 5:45, and then you can stay for the satsang. Fall Equinox on Friday, the 12th, this Friday. Gregory Merritt is hosting a shamanic drumming circle and a shamanic journey. Next Sunday, if you would like to take part in the Christmas production this year, which is going to be full stage, remember we're bringing back Center Stage Productions. It's going to be in there on the stage, light, set, camera, action, the whole bit. We are having auditions next Sunday, the 12th at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. There's roles for 5 people. And this is kind of a fun one if you've never, if you haven't been in theater or on the stage for a while, because there's no hard memorization on this one, because it's a radio broadcast. So actors will get to have a script in front of them. So see me if you have questions. Love to have you. And even if you want to be behind the scenes, really love to have you. If you know how to swing a hammer and a paintbrush, woohoo. Reverend Maureen is hosting her Let's Talk About. series. That's 7 Sundays. That'll meet next Sunday as well. And that's it's really a beautiful group. About the topic next week is caring for our aging parents and ourselves. Food sorting. So the outreach project for this month is feeding people, and we're supporting Second Harvest Food Bank. The barrels are going to show up, and you can get a shopping list from the outreach team. But also, in addition to that, on Wednesday, September 17th, you actually get to go and be in community, and for 2 hours, we go and help, and we do food sorting. Children over 12 are welcome. You can't just drop them off. You have to serve with them. But it could be a family project. So please see Dorcas Kelly or anyone of the outreach team if you have questions. And then David told you about classes. We have Foundations, Building a Healing Conscious, Power of Decision, Inward Journey. The concierge team can help you get registered. If you need help navigating how to do that, you can register from home. And if you have questions, Reverend Doris and some of the teachers will be at the education table. And I think that's everything except that, oh, no, actually, 2 very quick things. Dr. David also mentioned about the concierge team. I was sitting there contemplating that based on the 5 people per Sunday and 52 Sundays and 2 services, we usually have about 520 hours a year that a small group of people show up to share. The same thing with the booth. So there's 2 areas right now that we could really use someone who's willing to spend 1 service, 1 Sunday a month. That's 12 hours a year. So if you'd like to be of service either at the concierge, or if you'd like to be one of the people in the booth that maybe just operates the camera or hits next slide button, it's not very technical. We train you. Next slide. So let us know about that. I'll be in Fellowship Hall afterwards if you have questions. And it's the first Sunday of September, so we also celebrate birthdays. If you have a birthday coming up this month, or if your birthday was last week, the first week of September, would you wave your hand or stand? Our ushers have a gift, and we will sing for you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to
If you don't have a prayer team already, take advantage of our licensed practitioners after service. It's free. They will pray with you. It's anonymous. It's quick, and it's powerful. Just have a seat in one of the chairs at the chapel area, and they will pray with you. Would you, Darcy, thank you for the hand cream. Larry, have I forgotten anything? Have I forgotten anything before we close? Excellent. Would you all please stand and take the hand of the person on your right and on your left and repeat after me, as is our custom. Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
It's this thing called life.
It's this thing called life.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my relationships.
Life is in my relationships.
Life is in my finances.
Life is in my finances.
Life is in my community.
Life is in my community.
I see it.
I see
I
it.
think it. I feel it.
I feel it.
I believe it.
I believe
I
it.
accept it.
I accept
I
it.
express it.
I express it
Just the way that it is,
just the way that it is,
and just the way that it is not.
and just the way that it is not.
Thank you, life.
Thank you, life.